Okay, guys, today we're going to be discussing the inconsistencies of these celebrities and their sudden virtue signaling towards Black lives. And suddenly, Black lives matter right now. They didn't matter a month ago or a year ago. Suddenly, Black lives only matter at certain events. You will notice whenever a black person is killed by a police officer, Black Lives Matter for like about a month or so. But then people forget about it. But people don't remember the fact that black crime is killing so many more black people, and then people don't keep the same energy. People should be out there protesting about when our people are being killed by each other, but no one cares, no one bats an eye. It's only when it's fueled by racism, which is again bad, but people only care then. I understand where people are coming from. Police officers are supposed to protect, but at the same time, a death is a death, and a black person is losing their life either way. But no one is as upset. There are many statistics to show how unlikely it is as a black person who's committing a violent crime and is armed to be killed by a police officer. It's very rare. It's under 1%. It's very rare. But people concentrate on those and say there's a system of oppression, but people don't want to look at the oppression of the social class that's happening. Much more black people are in working class than white people. Much more black people live in the inner cities where more crime is committed. Therefore, they're going to be arrested more, and they're going to be in violent crime more. And they're going to be killing each other more. People don't concentrate on these issues. Instead, they want to hate on the police officers. Some extreme people, we're not going to generalize, but some extreme people say, extreme people hate on white people as a whole. And then some people say, how I'm going to fix racism by posting a black picture on Instagram or donating to a charity. That doesn't do anything. It literally doesn't do anything. What people need to actually concentrate, and the only thing they want to do is they want to defund. I've seen stories of how they want to defund the police. The police are literally protecting black communities that have a high population of black people in there. People only care about the trend in the moment. Of course, people have morals and think, this is a bad thing. Everyone does. Literally, ask any person on the street, they think it's a horrible situation. But most people are only hopping on the bandwagon right now when they don't even care about the issues that are happening before. They don't even care about black lives and how it's been affected by their social class before. They don't try and speak up for issues. Instead, what they do is post how to be anti-racist on their Instagram story and think they've solved racism when they haven't. Racist people will always exist. It doesn't matter. It's slowly fading away, of course, because people are being educated. But you're not going to convince a 40-year-old racist. You're not. Racists are brought up, so you probably will convince 10 to 12-year-olds when they're growing up. But you're not convincing the 40-year-olds. And that's the thing that people need to understand. They're not really stopping racism by posting a black picture. That doesn't do anything. It really doesn't do anything. Racism is taught. Racism is taught. It's not something that you're born with. And people are quick to use the situation to say that all black people are now victims, or many black people are being treated in an oppressive way, which is simply not true. If you are an innocent person, you're not going to be persecuted. Nothing is going to happen. There are plenty of times where police, they profile people, right? They have to look for a description, and sometimes you may get wrongfully pulled over. But if you work with the police, nothing's going to happen. I've seen plenty of examples, and I'll drop his link below, where this black person, he's been pulled over many times, I think 14 times. But he's discussed it with the police and nothing has ever happened. He hasn't even got a slap on the wrist yet because nothing has happened. Because he's an innocent person. People love to say how their lives are in danger due to the police. They're so scared. They're in such oppression. That is just simply not true. As a black person, you can go to school, get an education, get a degree, become rich. Or you may not become rich because you live in an equal society. You have an equal chance to be successful and an equal chance to be unsuccessful. That's the type of capitalist society you live in today, whether it's in the USA or the UK. People love to say, but we're such victims because one black person was wrongfully killed by a racist white person. No, it's not. No, you do not. Horrible goddamn situations happen all the time. People are stabbed and killed all the time. It doesn't mean our whole lifestyle is in danger. It doesn't really mean that though. You can go to school, get yourself an education, and become rich like everybody else. But people are saying, there's some white privilege and black people are such disadvantaged. No, we aren't victims. We aren't victims in the UK and we aren't victims in the USA. If you're not committing any crimes, you are good. You're not going to be in trouble. Police officers aren't going to see a black person and suddenly try and shoot you down. That's not how the world works. People suddenly want to paint black people as some sort of victim, and I've actually felt it now. I felt like whenever I go on, people are suddenly treating me like I'm some sort of baby or I need to be taken care of. No, I don't. I don't need to be taken care of. I understand the support they're trying to go for. They're trying to say racism is wrong, but everybody knows what racism is. And that brings me to the second point of how they're trying to spread awareness with these posts on Instagram and stuff like that. Okay, first of all, who on earth doesn't know what racism is? Maybe some random 8-year-old kid. But when you eventually do, but they're not going to be learning on Instagram, are they? They're not going to see a black person and be like, oh wow, I'm suddenly not racist anymore. That's what racism is. That's not teaching them anything. They're taught in school not to treat people based on their skin color wrong, and that's it. You posting your 15 slides on the Instagram story that no one wants to watch, by the way, isn't going to solve anything. And I feel like such a victim because I see a bunch of my old classmates, by the way, posting on their social media about how to help black people, how to help this, like, what? I don't need your help in life. I haven't done anything. If you really want to help me, I can tell you a way how to help me, but I'm not going to say that on YouTube. But people are acting as if we're suddenly some sort of victims. Like, what's going on now? Do we go to different schools? That's what I'm trying to wonder. Black people in the UK and USA go to the same schools, have the same chance to get into universities. They have these same chances, but people always love to act as the victim, even though you have equal opportunities to become rich, like Oprah Winfrey or whatever like that, or to become the next Obama. Like, people have those opportunities, but instead they cherry pick certain examples of unfair situations or one racist lady on the street and say, we are suddenly in an oppressed society. And I just don't think that's fair. I don't think it's fair that we are being painted as some sort of oppressed group when in reality we are oppressing ourselves by the way we kill each other. And when oppression does happen, it's shamed upon like greatly. Like, you go on the street, if for example in my London school, in an American school, if a white person was to say the N-word to a black person, they would literally get rushed by the entire school. Teachers would probably rush them. That's how bad it was, because they would get literally rushed by the entire school. That just shows how racism is not tolerated anymore and has no effect on my life. If it was, I guarantee, and that's true, ask any British person who goes to school. Ask any British person, if they said the N-word, they would get rushed. That shows how racism is now in today's society. Anyway, thank you for watching my little rant. I just wanted to get this out here as a black person because black people aren't allowed to have opinions, so I just wanted to speak for myself. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Shush.